what did I say, 25? And see if we can relate this problem to what we just did. Okay, 25. Here we go. So this one says, if the sine of x is a, what has to be true? And it gives you, okay, I'm going to erase this, I guess. Here we go. Okay, if the sine of x is a, it's saying what has to be true about these other ratios. Okay, so here's my question to you. I'm going to put this back here. Okay, if you have a right triangle again, and this one does not matter where you say your x is or whatever. So let's just say this is x. Okay, if this is x degrees, how many degrees are in that angle? Okay, they're not necessarily equal. So here we go. I'm going to help you figure this out. If this is 20 degrees, how many degrees are in this angle? 70. How'd you get that? Okay, or between the two of them, it's 90 minus 20, right? Okay. If this is 30 degrees, how many are in here? 60, because you got that by 90 minus 20, right? So this angle measure is going to be 90 minus x degrees, right? Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. I'm going to call this side A, this side B, and this side C. It's saying the sine of x is A, and maybe I shouldn't do A, B, and C. I'm going to call this R, S, and T. Okay, so the sine of x is going to be R over T, right? And they're just saying, let's call that A, whatever we get when we divide by R by T, okay? Which one of these other ones is going to give you a ratio of R over T? Is your cosine of x going to be R over T? No, it's going to be S over T, right? Is the sine of 90 minus x going to be R over T? Here's my 90 minus x angle. The sine of that is what? S over T, right? It's not this one, it's not this one. Is the cosine of this angle, which is 90 minus x, going to be R over T? Yes, it is. Do you see that? The cosine is my adjacent side divided by my hypotenuse. Does that make sense? Okay. So again, strategy here, I would say, figure out how to represent my angle measures, because you guys know this, right? You know these ratios. Now you have to just start saying which ones are the same, and then figure it out by literally writing what the ratios are and see which one does match the sine, which is going to be R over T. Does that make sense? Yes?
All right, so I have a question.
Sure.
X degrees between T and S is that meant to be our reference angle, or?
In this problem, it's your reference angle, because it's saying what is the sine of angle X? Okay?
Well, all right. If that's true, S should be the adjacent, right?
Yes. S is your adjacent to this, but it's asking for the sine, which is our opposite.
Could you explain that a little bit?
How to find adjacent and opposite?
No, I can find those. You had said that it's the opposite. What do you mean?
The side opposite this angle. So it's not touching the angle and it's not the hypotenuse, it's the side that's opposite the angle. So the side that's opposite angle X, or the angle that I'm representing as X degrees, the side that's opposite it is R. And our ratio is always R divided by our hypotenuse.
Okay.
Okay? So even though this one is your math with calculator, did we need it? We didn't use a single calculator here, right? So again, that's another thing. These math with calculator ones, I think sometimes they just make you feel more secure, but don't think you always have to use it. There's a lot of these problems you don't have to use it. Okay? What's that?